coming up. Sorry, we're in the shed, so it wasn't working. Are we back? I just have to hold it. Sorry if it's shaky.
Oh, I'm missing something here.
Maddie's on, Ozzy, Brad's on, Bruce is on, Joe, Tony.
G'day, Ron. I wasn't going to do this Sunday, but I tried to crank it up yesterday and I thought it was the battery, so one ended up there and one ended up down there, so I went and bought a new one this morning with the same result. So I think when I'm doing the fly, when I'm squeezing it together with those bell housing bolts, I think one of them shafts are loading the crank up. Keeping in mind I pulled this out of a Land Cruiser and put in here, so it's probably 18 tins of beer or something when it happened. I've probably miscalculated something. So it was out of centre. The flywheel wasn't centred to this housing. So I put a dial indicator on here. I brought home and you only meant to have 5 thou run out or something, but it was going like a stopwatch at a swimming carnival. It just kept spinning, so she was definitely out of round. But I've since fixed that. But now when I'm doing up the bolts, there's no end float in the crankshaft, so I couldn't even spin it with a bar, so that's why the starter's struggling. It wasn't a battery problem. But there's a couple of mil here between the bell housing and the transmission. I'm just trying to do some measurements to find out what shaft it is, because there's a live one through the centre, goes right through the transmission to drive the hydraulic pump, and then there's obviously your transmission spline. So I don't know if it's loading up on this surface or the other one's going right through and hitting the end of the crankshaft, but something's loading it up and not letting it turn. I was hoping to have it out yesterday afternoon so I could do something better today, but it doesn't need to be going, but it's going to be... Jesus Christ. Mate, you're too generous. I actually just... when I was videoing this morning trying to start it, I thanked you because I used your last super chat to buy this battery, and I did thank you very much, mate, for those 2 contributions. That battery is from you. That I mentioned in the video. I was going to thank you anyway, but then I went and spent it this morning, and I gave you a good thanks. So watch the fitting of the clutch, and you will be mentioned, mate. I've never met you, I don't know you, but it's way more than I could ask for. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I wish you were closer, Maddie. I'd probably have to get this machined. I'll just have to put it on the lathe. There's a problem somewhere, and with all of you watching, I'm finding it hard to do the measurements and think because I don't want to bore you, but it's saying that's 134 off the bell housing, and I'm measuring 83 here. So, but it's not. That's a big difference. Surely it's not that much. Something's wrong. Did I see Dwayne on there? Did I see him come up?
Yeah. Maddie's there, Brad's there.
Hey Brad, Maddie. Hey Dwayne, I sent you that message. We started on this yesterday afternoon, mate, and well, my dad was working on it while I was out there, but this is the floor, and I can find them like them ones you sent me, but they won't post to Australia, so that's why I asked one of you blokes over there if you could get it and send it on through. Money won't be a problem, but I'd rather... Jeffrey helped me pull this off, actually, and my dad, 46 Ford. Yeah, I just want to... I think under the cab's good. It's just that floor where the stuff falls off your boots, really. The rest of the cab's nice. Rather than get it all folded up, I'd rather just weld it, get the right stuff and weld it in. So that's sort of all that's holding us back from that. And we were going to rebuild the motor, but we since found out the one I run the barbecue with is very, very low hours. Apparently it's done nothing, so we're going to put this in. My brother-in-law's got an old Falcon with a T5 in it. Apparently I can have that, but I'll get his permission, but he doesn't use it anymore. It's only an old rusty wreck, 5-speed in it. And you can get adapters to suit the 59A V8s. So that's what's happening there. Dad wants to start on that, but I just was hoping to get this out. So I got one of them containers I brought home, want to bring in here and put a roof on it and sit up the top there and put all my mowers and everything in it and get them out of here. And then there's more room in the shed to work on the truck. But
Maddie said he better wander up then.
You have to bring your lathe with you, mate. Or your mill. I've got a... I've got a mate just up the road that gets me the pigs for the barbecue. He's got a machine shop, and that's who done the... and that's not who done the flywheel. He actually done the crank and the forklift for me. I just go over and have a couple of beers with him and he does it, but I sort of don't like bothering him either because that's what he does all week.
Dwayne said he's waiting on shipping quick.
Oh yeah, that's good, mate. Thanks. Money won't be a problem, and if it's too much, I'm sure we could find something over here. But all our rare spares joints all sort of deal in cars, and when you start talking pickups or trucks or something, I think unless it's the same as a 40 sedan or something, I'm not sure, but. I'm not reading any of the questions. I'm sort of trying to think. If there's anything you want to ask, run it by my missus. She'll tell you. Thanks for watching on a Sunday. I should be doing something with the kids, but they're entertaining themselves. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Steve Murphy, thanks very much, mate. Jesus, making the battery even cheaper. I had to... None of yous really know, but our neighbour's not the one down there. The one up in the bush here. She's a Waterhouse, a fairly big name here in Australia for racing horses, and she's part of that family, and she's went and got a fence put up, so she's got the place surveyed and put a fence up, and then she gives me 30 grand quote that she wanted me to pay half of, and I knew nothing about it. And in Australia, you're meant to be part of 3 quotes. You're meant to be part of letting people in on your property to do it. You're meant to be part of all these discussions, and she's got it all put up. I went down the back one day, and these 2 blokes invest bloody surveying it, and time I got out of what I was in and walked up to them, they'd gone. Then I get a 30 grand bill she wanted me to pay half of. So anyway, I said, no, I'm not paying that. We only got to pay half a standard rural fence here, so, which is like that one down there. But she got this big flash bloody galvanised thing put up and expected me to pay half, and I couldn't care less if it fell back down. It hasn't been there since I've been here. Anyway, of course there is a fence there. I ended up just paying what I had to, and knocked me about a fair bit. So I was sort of wasn't in the mood yesterday to even figure this out. But that knocked me about, and then the battery this morning I was a bit hesitant, and I thought, nah, it's what it is, but it wasn't. So back to this. I've got a.
Josh is on.
Is he?
He said slip one of those V8s in her. Don't get me.
I'm having enough trouble with this one. So because I moved this bell housing to line it up, it's now put the front mounts out, because it's meant to be solid. There's no give in any of this transmission where it mounts. So I don't even know that there's a brace holding the back of it, or the engine does, but so when I've tightened them up, it sort of may have put it out of whack too, but just I don't know where the problem is. I just like to forget about it and move on, to be honest. But I'm shaking. I didn't even drink much piss last night either. Thank you for those lovely contributions, fellas. I'm certainly not on there to do that. My wife was just over here videoing the next episode and thought we'd go live.
What'd you say? You're not going to have one?
What?
Cold sandwich.
You want one? We got
Brad said that's a bit rough.
What?
Brad said, tell her she's dreaming, mate. She can pay the full amount.
It was rough, Brad, but the only reason I did pay, and I don't have to, the law does back us up, but because I did get a fence out of it, I did pay the minimum that I had to, but they quoted me on 470 metres, which is on the plan, but I walked her with a trundle wheel a couple of weeks ago, and it's only 412, so she's sitting in an office down there in Sydney somewhere thinking that doesn't even know what's going on. I got charged to clear it and everything. I got more gear than any of those people. But anyway, it is what it is. It's argument's over now. She's got no argument. I've been stressing about it a lot, wondering what to do, because she's got more money than me to fight it, to go to court. But she didn't have a leg to stand on, to be honest. So,
Yeah, you can.
I can go get a calculator.
There's 2 in my office.
Just get an old phone or a calculator. I might have a beer with you blokes while you're there.
I'll have one. I said I'll have one. If you got no helmet on, slow. Everyone's watching you.
Why didn't you have a helmet on?
She's just going to get a
Oh, it doesn't
calculator.
matter, it's
I know.
You watching, Uncle? Cheers, fellas. Hope you're having one with me. A bit early, but...
Maddie's having a coffee.
Oh, yeah, I just had a coffee, matey. We went out for breakfast when we bought the battery and had one.
Josh said, Uncle Josh said hello.
Is little Archie watching too, Uncle? He likes it.
Bryce said, what's Steve's most favourite machine growing up?
I like the trucks more when I used to go with Dad.
Dad's here too.
Is he? Is Steve up there? Oh, hey Steve, I thought you might have rang the Savo, mate. We're going to catch up Sunday afternoon. This'll do.
20 to 3 in the morning here in the UK, a little early.
Oh, you're up early to watch me, mate. That's good.
Scotty said he's having a tea too.
Scott in Arizona. How you doing after what you told me, Scott? You settling in, mate, or? Just gonna measure that somewhere. I did that.
I thought you measured it yesterday.
No, I didn't measure anything. I just wanted it to go, but it didn't. It's only 50 mil. Surely she's not out that much.
Andrew said, hi, Stephen family. I love your show. Keep up the great work. Danny said, g'day, Steve.
Which Andrew?
Hoskins.
There's a few that watch. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's great. It's sort of been struggling to get views lately. I don't know why. We try, and then sort of getting less views. But anyway, still enjoying it.
James said, more work, less talking, and no cold sandwiches.
Won't be doing that, mate. I can't think. We can all watch it.
Sorry if it's shaky, I'm holding it by hand. Alan said, is the dog the new Down Under apprentice just lazing about on the creeper? Yeah, there she is.
That's Cecil.
I'm sure you've all heard what I done to my other dog not long ago. It still hits me sometimes. I thought it'd be this one first because she runs under everything, but it was my other one.
There she is.
Can't be 50 mil out. What have I done wrong? What else would you do on a Sunday? Oh,
Scott said he's doing better each day.
that's good, mate. Very good.
Probably take the first chance I could to take a leak on the fence so you could get your money's worth.
You're more than welcome. It's still there.
That's so funny.
I haven't even done that yet. It's too expensive to piss on.
Smiley face.
Again, sorry, it's shaky.
I reckon this is glass. Yeah, it's glass. I reckon glass. Is this on? No. No. Is this on?
No.
3.62.
Robert Stevenson's on.
No, Robert, brother from another country.
He said the same thing. That's exactly what he wrote.
Did he? 73.62.
Dwayne said, got the transmission back in the F5. Have to change the diff fluid.
What did he do? The one he's been sending me photos of.
Sorry. Dropped everything. Sorry. I'm reading your comments on the other phone.
Can I read it?
No, put it down.
Start replying them because I'm not reading them. I can't see it. 3.62.
Hiya.
Ant said hi, Dunbar family.
Hello, mate. $78 and 83. It's not that. So that's 78 mil. That's 83. So there's a 5 mil clearance there at least. It's not that one.
A big hello from your biggest fan, Forrest. Have a great day, guys.
Who is it?
It says a big hello from your biggest fan, Forrest.
Hi, mate. Biggest fan ever. That's cool. Spread the word. Get some views up. Get some likes happening here so I can grow it. Got a surprise for you all. I just announced it on the other on the video putting this in actually before we went live, but I had a text message from Dave from Old Rigs Down Under through the week. He reckons he's bringing up a gift bag and some Johnny River CDs for me, so I can't wait for that. He's going to stay for a few nights and we'll do some videos together. But Dave has given me a old Slimline Mac, an cab over Slimline Mac. It's got no engine in it, so he's going to put some sort of piece it together and bring it up, and we might do some videos of putting it together up here with him. He's going to float it up because he's heading north after here to get some stuff out of Queensland. So I can't wait for that. I can feel the headaches already, but that's going to be really good. Something to look forward to, collaboration between us. For those of you who watch him, he's a good mate of mine. I don't see him a lot, only on the phone. But, can't wait for that. I'm under. Ask Josh if he's ever been underneath her.
Did you hear that, Josh? Maddie said, shit hot, can't wait to see Dave there.
You might have to sneak up, Maddie. Might have to sneak up with him, mate. You're a Mac bloke too, aren't you?
Hmm?
Huh?
Does Steve have any fears of spiders? Or creepy crawlies?
Not really. Snakes, yes. Not spiders.
That could happen. Nothing better than looking up the dog's house all day. Josh said he's under.
It's not that. Hopefully it's that shaft in the middle. I can just lop the end of it off with a grinder and put the bastard back in. Done with it. One more. See me under it? $134.3.
Vinny said, been to any truck shows lately? No.
No truck shows lately.
Hauling the Hume's
Hauling
coming.
the Hume in April, so it sort of feels that expensive now. I just go on the good one, so I'm saving me fuel for that. It's early April, I think that one.
I think mid.
But we're going to be, over the next few weeks, doing a bit of work to the trucks. Not much, there's not much to do, but just getting them ready. And that twin steer we've only done, I don't know, probably an hour's worth of driving in it at the most, and after a rebuild, so I'd like to do a bit of running around with it before it. Maybe it's a couple of Sunday runs here and there to walk, just to see if it's going to behave for that big run, but it went well last time. It needs a reline on the front drive axle, but I'm going to take it this time because one, it's quiet and it's probably better to film out of, and you can overtake everything else with it and get ahead, and then maybe stop and film everyone going past. And when you're full of piss the next day coming home, it's much better. It's just quiet. That white, you'd rather walk up the highway than bring it home when you're hungover, which we generally are at Yass.
It'll be good to stop on the highway and put the drone up to see yous all go past.
Yeah.
Someone said, please ask Steve about the diff on the elephant truck. Hold on, I've got to find your message.
We'll get another beer and walk over there and show you if you like. I can show you a bit more about it. We actually...
So the diff on the R model have a book name, found stamp numbers, but who made them, what year, what model, thanks?
They would be Rockwool. I'm fairly sure they're Rockwool.
Josh said he's seen Dave the other day. He came past his house.
Oh yeah. He went somewhere, Josh. He showed me some photos. He went and picked something up or dropped something off, or I forget what it was. He sent me some photos on the phone. I didn't know where he went though, so it's obviously out that way somewhere. He goes to Queensland a fair bit, so I don't know. I think that's why he's going to stop in here. I don't know where he went. But...
That's Steve Murphy said. One
So-
for the camera person. Mrs. Steve, he's not paying you enough. No.
She gets enough, mate. That's why I haven't got enough.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty chill.
Oh, I know, I'm being silly.
Hey Steve, what do you do for a job? There's a video coming up about that.
I actually took the camera to work yesterday, and it's a new one. So remember how I buggered up on that truck over there? You're asking about the diff. Well, I buggered up again yesterday. I remember to press record this time, but I didn't know you could turn the screen and it records in that mode. So I kept it upright, and
So it filmed in the wrong format.
filmed in the wrong format. So you're going to have that little strip down the middle of your TV. But I'm a fix earth movers like bulldozers and loaders and those. Scrapers and excavators. But at the moment we're doing a D10 full rebuild right to the ground, so only me and another bloke doing it, and we went in yesterday and done 4 hours, and I took the camera, so I just thought I'd do a day in the life of Steve, but it's going to be narrow, so anyway, we'll put it out. Who watches it, anyone that likes us will watch it. But we also had we might put that out tonight actually. It won't do well, but for the people that do like us, it will.
It's still good.
It's still something. But I got a couple of messages saying that the truck that hauled the elephants was clickbait and all this bullshit, like a couple of private ones, a few smart-ass comments about, but that is fair income. It did happen. Ask Josh and Steve that are watching there from around the area. Bullen's Animal World, African Lion Safari, and it was Bullen Circus as well. It was part of the circus. It used to haul the elephants around Australia. Same with that old Chamberlain crane. I got the first one that we started in 50 years or something that sat there. That used to go around and unload all the circus tents and everything too. But I thought because of that, I didn't cop much about it, but there was a bit of doubt about it. But I had to go over there and fix an excavator yesterday because I volunteer to fix their mowers and tractors and machines when my wife volunteers with the animals. So when I was fixing the excavator, I got permission, and we walked in around the zoo. So they just got a leopard, and they got lions and tigers and baboons, I think, and meerkats and a range of
monkeys,
South American birds, and all this sort of thing. So we done a walk around in there. We might promote that as well, because it's all off donations, and they do private tours around there. And so it's basically a day in the life. So I've done that and then come here and done this. And I didn't film having the malt sandwiches after it because I was cranky with this frigging thing. But anyway, we'll cut the video off somewhere we have to, but we'll put it up anyway. It's not going to go viral, but it's just for people that do like us for who we are, not just what we do here. So it's good filming. It's just in the wrong format. It's like it's filmed with your phone upright. It's like a short, but it goes for an hour. But I did do an in-depth walk around of the D10 I'm doing. That's what we do. That's what I've done for 25. This year's 25 years I've been there. I don't love it, but it's not terrible. So I don't know what the hell's happening here. It's clearance everywhere, so I'm going to put it back in without the clutch and see what it is hitting. And then I'll take you for a walk over to the elephant truck. I should have been working on that today. I planned on it because I thought this bastard would be easy. But not. Chain here. Josh would have pulled the wrong chain a few times, I reckon.
We're sitting there pissing himself laughing.
That's why she probably didn't go too.
Oh, you're joking, right?
So it ain't that easy all the time. You see now she's touching. touching the whole way round, so
James Miller said, "Where's Gang Gang and fruit?" In brackets, Mick.
Jimmy, Mick's not here this weekend. He had something on as he turned 60, and we weren't part of those celebrations. He's down with his children, and he'll probably be here next weekend. Gang Gang's up there with my children. He's putting their sandpit together. Actually, no, he's up on.
No, he's doing the diesel.
He already done that. He's putting a little footpath around the side of his house there. Fuck. Could be the clutch. Could be Michael's clutch.
Uh-oh. Did Mick stuff up?
Well, it's good there. He's home there. A couple of bash marks on the end of her here, but I don't know if that's where I've been trying to line her up or that's where she tightened up. Might put a couple of bolts in her and just hit the starter and see, because it was labouring like buggery. Just see if it's tight now on those shafts that are in there. Anything else you want to see while we're live and got a good audience, please tell us. And it's close anyway. So we've been struggling to get views lately, but I noticed everyone's down, so I don't know what's going on. Sort of, the more we try, the less it seems to work for us, but it's no one's fault. I just think it's just a hard game to play. It's just... But one thing that does keep us going is this good community we got with everyone. It's, I suppose a lot of channels don't have that close community like we do. Going to put one bolt in either side and pull her in.
Maddie said knock 10 mil off the spleen.
Well, that's what I'll do, Maddie. If it's the clutch, I did take
Off
a
the
photo.
clutch plate.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. I think I'm just pulling her up now because it had no crankshaft end float. I thought it was the battery, but I couldn't even turn the crank, and I turned it 100 times yesterday. I nearly boiled the damn thing. I turned it that much trying to line get that dial indicator in the centre of that flywheel. But see, look at that. Without the clutch in there, there's no problem. I'm not even going to hit the starter. That's. So when I had it, I was going to show you as a photo, but I took on the phone. But the fingers of the clutch are only just like that. So there's there's only that much travel for them, right? I think this here, either what you said, Maddie, could be lopped off there, but this here should have been riveted on this side, and that would have been all the difference. If I take that off, which is fine, but it's just going to be less on the spline there. But I reckon that's the problem. There are some marks there. I don't know if that was... There's a nice line there to follow too, mate. Look. Probably wouldn't hurt it. I don't think she'd shear that. She'd drive on that bit of spline that's left there. I could put her in the lathe and knock a bit off too, but you'd be the bloke for that, mate, not me.
Just read that because Dwayne wrote something.
Dwayne wrote something, did he? You may find a HD41 to buy. That's big, mate. That's really big. It's like a 455 Komatsu, all the same size. If I could steal you from Mrs. for a week to work on my AB in exchange for a Chamberlain Mark IV later, where you located, mate? And so thank you, Anthony. That you're a big contributor too, mate. I did mention you as well. That's great. Every episode, Anthony puts $20 towards it every time, no matter how much I post, and I don't expect it, but it's certainly welcome. You got me thinking about that spline, Matty. I could be trimming the driveway with a servo if that happened. It's got to be what it is. It's fine there. And the crank's got end float too. It didn't before. And it was never a problem. It used to drive fine. I reckon it's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Can't put it in the other way because it'll hit the flywheel. Because it was rocking like it was on something like that. Maybe I'll do it when you hang up. You want to go have a look at the elephant truck, or someone wanted to have a look at the diffs in that? I don't know if they're Rockwell. I'm sure they're Rockwell. We can go for a walk. I need another sandwich. We're not going anywhere this afternoon, are we?
I gotta go to work.
Yeah, well, that's all. You do too. I don't. HD41 would be good, Dwayne. They're a fantastic looking thing. V12 Cummins, but they're massive, right? I suppose if you got the property for it, it'd be good. I heard on the news this Great Northern Mobby in Australia's. I think they woke. They've been supporting. I don't know, running a campaign to preserve more of the national parks from the state forest or some damn thing. So blokes have been videoing themselves tipping them out, and because they're all four-wheel driving. Yeah, they're all four-wheel driving campers, and the state forest you can do it, and the national parks or national forest, whatever they are here, have a lot more rules, and they're trying to give more of it. So blokes are tipping the beer out and everything, but I'm still tipping it out, plenty of it, just not on the ground. You want to go and have a look at it?
Maddie said grab the ground.
You're waiting to see me do it, aren't you, mate? I don't have to chuck on the little lathe here. He goes down. Not that it'd matter if it was straight on. You'd have to near grab it internally to mill it off. But I'm thinking the grinder, she's just going to wear the transmission spline a bit quicker, but not that that'll matter. I'm going to show you someone I think made in it's like playing Pac-Man out here trying to get through. Took about bloody half hour trying to get the old twin steer in the shed here the other day. Those twin steers have got absolutely no traction at all unless they've got a load on them, and trying to back her up the hill there, I end up turning it around and driving it in. G'day, Bill. Anyway. I'll go back to the shed in a minute. So I've been playing with this old truck of an afternoon when the kids haven't got something on, or Mrs. got to go to work. But I've had an hour of an arvo, which is not long. It sort of takes me into tea time and everything, but just trying different things in the cylinders, trying to free her up, because people have been saying they got high doubts of me getting her going, and it's one thing you don't say to me. But anyway, we'll see. She might beat me, but that's acetone and automatic transmission fluid, and now rain from last night. The diffs. I'm sure International did have their own diff, but they were part of Rockwool. It's the same, and it's still a power divider. Like there's a cable operated power divider there, but just locks that shaft up going to that back diff. It's exactly the same. It's on Hendrickson walking beam. A lot of the early Accos and that had them too. I've seen them in early Accos. I don't know that there's a tag I can show you, but don't know. I've never really looked for a tag. All I do is blow the leaves out from under it and whip a snip around it. But I don't know. I'm sure they'd be Rockwool. Two-speed Joey. But I've had a jack on one side of the flywheel since last week, and I come out and have a beer of an afternoon and bounce on the bumper bar for about half hour, but no, she hasn't. Nothing's happened yet. But it could be like it's sat for, when the circus closed in the 60s, I suppose, and I don't know if it's sat there ever since or it was used after it, but it sat without a filler cap on the top of the rocker cover, and so she filled up, and that's how all the water would have got on top of the cylinders. It would have, because there's only ever one valve open on the intake at any time, so it should only have been in one cylinder if it was through the carburetor. So I'd say it's filled up from the bottom and come around all the other rings, and so every pot was seized. And so I don't, with all that water, it could be the timing gears too. It could be the crankshaft. Also, it could be just real messy in there. But anyway, it made some content. I've always wondered about it. But I brought home I got a 10-ton, like just a portable porta power, like just a little jack handle with a hydraulic cylinder. I bought a bit of chain. I was just going to put up over each one and put a few ton on each one, just see if it does pop. But the trouble is, without looking at the camshaft, you don't know, with that jack on the flywheel, you don't know what direction those cylinders are going, whether they're up or down. So without checking where the valves are, what stroke that's on, you're not going to know if that jack's helping or not when you put that on. So you'd have to get rid of that. So by trying to force each one down, it's not necessarily going to go in the same direction each time. Anyway, don't think there'll be a video of it this week because of the grader, but it is someone said a black diamond, and I think they might be right. You had green diamond, which is one in the garden here too. I have got one of them that it used to run when we were a lot younger. That's a green diamond, which is an International 6-cylinder side valve. They were in the 48s, the KB series, probably in other stuff too, but that's what I've got them in. This is a black diamond, I think someone said. And then you had like a blue flame, which are in the ARs and stuff like that. But doesn't matter what it is, it's locked up to buggery anyway. But it possibly is. But R170 is fairly rare, I think. A lot of R190s, which look different, but R170 is fairly rare. And there was another bloke that really wanted it, but they wanted me to have it because I do a lot of volunteer over there and don't get nothing out of it. I just get paid in gift vouchers, and then all those have come to an end though because everything else got scrapped. But yeah, anyway, is there any questions coming through about it?
Yeah, I'll swap you.
I will get it going, Steve, but I think what I may have to do is drop the sump off. Well, the sump's got to come off anyway if it frees it up, because the pickup's going to be that blocked with sludge. It'll never have oil pressure, so I could undo all the rod caps and just push each one out so that you're not fighting all 6 at once. There will be a way of getting it going. Elephant hauler, yes it was. I used to put 3 on it, I believe. Wouldn't have been wheel standing because it's a long wheelbase, and the overhang wasn't. I mean, they didn't all stand on that end of it, I suppose. 3x5 box, yeah. I believe this is only a 2-speed and a 4-speed. This one, mate. I could be wrong. I've got a 5x3 in the Acos, which are a bit later model, but I believe this is only a 2-position stick in it. Bruce in Oz. We're taking the. What? Is he on there?
Who?
Bruce watching?
No.
Collaboration with Bruce in Oz. I'm actually going up to see him we're taking the kids with another family of ours up to the theme parks in Queensland. I don't know when, they haven't organised it yet, but
About September.
About September. I've organised to call in and see Bruce. So I could, if we video or not, I don't know whether it's just a chat, call in and say hello, or we do a video or something, but yeah, I really like that. He's very successful for whatever reason over me, but he's doing very well, and I wouldn't mind my name mentioned on his channel a bit more. The dent in the guard does give it character. I don't think that was from the elephants. The ones in the roof are.
This one. You're filming on this one?
No, I'm just reading.
Oh.
The ones in the roof. See where the water's come through there. That's because that was a little dwarf bloke used to drive it. Kenny, a few of you local, Steve and Josh would know him. Kenny used to drive it. He was telling me stories about it before he passed. And that was on the roof. I think one of them it knocked it in coming down the Putty Road one night, all the elephants, and they had to pull over and pull it all back out somehow. But that would have been from just pushing it around with tractors because it was in the way, that ding there. It would be interesting to see what the bottom end looks like, Brad. I think it's going to have to happen regardless, so whether just to get the sludge out of it or to push each piston out as it is. This is just a back project. It's not nothing to do with what I do on Saturdays. Because it was close to the house last weekend and the kids are playing here, I thought I'd attack it. And I still will. It's still soaking. It's still working on itself, really. Bruce is Brisbane, I think.
Tell them how far away that is, though.
Brisbane's about 10 hours from here in the car,
Yeah.
roughly.
It's not easy. Yeah.
It's not easy, no. It's a few bypasses in place now, but roughly 10 hours. Harvey Bay's 13. Where we're going's around, well, Bruce is and them, but we're going to go to Harvey Bay as well to see some friends of ours after it. We've got a good mate of mine lives in Harvey Bay. Yeah, it is good, Brad, but we've had a few offers, but it's hard to come and start things on people's places, but it's hard when you're trying to fit these videos in a few hours, but
Maybe.
I'd like to do more of it, absolutely. The guard does look like a footprint. It could well be. I don't think they would have let the elephants. I don't think the elephants roamed around the things. They were locked up in the shed behind it. The last one died
Not long ago, yeah.
probably 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, Great Northern have screwed up, Matty, but it still tastes nice. Doing well, thanks, Bill. Who plays the drums? I used to, but I sort of, before I had family, and I used to do lessons and I don't know, you go, it's probably
Steve's a music buff.
probably entertainment if you're drunk, but those sort of things you live and forget. Lockyer Valley, Queensland. I can't come that far up. I'd like to. Maybe when we drive up, I'll bring the toolbox. Buy our merch. Jesus, sweaty here.
Yeah, it's muggy.
The bloke we put a big order in and got a heap of pre-orders, but we had to pay everyone back because the bloke, he's got missing off the face of the earth. Went and had a good meeting with him, but he supplies a lot of the local quarry mobs and trucking mobs and that with their uniforms too. So I don't know where he went. But we put
It was
a big
right
order.
before Christmas.
It didn't cost it. We didn't lose anything. Only we just given people's money back, which was theirs anyway. But before Christmas, people keep asking, but yeah, this is an old shirt. It's not advertising. It's just I didn't find the black one.
If we didn't have to pay that money to that lady, I would have paid for it by now. I would have put another order in with someone else.
Yeah. There's some flash shirts out there people get done, real colourful ones, but I like basic stuff. It's easier to get done. I don't like flash t-shirts. Not like them ones Josh wears, them horse ones. Maybe get a few of them done. What do you think, Josh? No, we'll go back over here. Come near Caboolture. I'm getting all these offers. Everyone's in Queensland. Except Maddie.
Where are you going now?
Back to the shed.
Okay. Mum, can I cook some 2-minute meals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The slimline Transtar Vinny does start, but it runs on 5 cylinders. Well, we'll go and do a walk around it. I'll bring it back up over here.
I'm shaky as I walk.
Yeah, so am I. There is a video of it. If you go into my page and go back, there's a video of when we had it going. And it runs on 5. Now, I don't know if it's injectors. I did give it a tune, which was off camera. But it runs on 5 cylinders. And there's a bloke, you've seen that road commander down the back in the lineup at my place. He's bringing me some injectors out. It's got C65s in it. I think they're 65, might be 60s. Anyway, he's bringing me 3 out just to swap, but we'll have to get it going again to find out which pots aren't burning. But it run really good, but only on 5. It wasn't noisy in any way. It wasn't clunking. It wasn't misbehaving. Just running on 5, which. And the reason I haven't progressed with it, and it's a complete truck apart from a few fiddly bits and pieces, but I haven't got any windscreens, and they are super rare to get. They're very, very hard. So if any of you blokes watching now can find a pair of windscreens for a 4070, I've actually got 2 of these. There's one down the back with the Cummins in it too. It's only for parts. That's what I got. I bought it for the tray for the old 8-wheeler I've got, the Kenworth. But my uncle, who I bought these 2 off, he pulled the windscreens out of the one I've got down the back because he's still got 2 himself. And because they're that rare, if he ever breaks one, he wants to know that he's got them, so he won't part with them. So the reason I haven't done anything with this, and I can't wait to work on it, is because I don't want to spend money on it and not have glass in it. I want to paint around there and then put the glass in it and preserve that cab. So I can't wait to get it on the road. I just love the look of it. I can't fit in it, but even just pushing it in here, I was steering and I was cramped. But anyway, I still love the look of it. I can't wait to drive it. But there is a video if you go back and have a look. It was, I don't know, it might have been 18 months ago now or something, but got a 13 speed in it with the old chrome knob. So she's 38 Rockwells, Hendrickson walking beam. Best looking cab ever built, I think. But anyway, need glass to get excited about that one.
What Aussie in the Philippines commented?
Pat Morris lives next to you, does he, mate? Okay, well, Pat Morris.
He brought, what did he bring?
He gave me a little gift bag over there once. I went and picked it up off his wife brought it from me, brought it down from where he lives because she was working in Sydney. I went and picked it up. He got me an oil cooler for the 5-cylinder UD I've got in the twin steer Acco down the back. It's the oil cooler, the bottom pickup rotted off, and he sent it down. And Pat's a nice bloke. I've seen him at the truck show. He's West Wyalong, I think, Pat. If that's where you mean.
Yeah, I think he did write he was from there.
Slimline Mac will give me a run through. Yes, I drove my mates when we were filming the dam up to the wedding. I wasn't doing it. I was on the Louisville. Dad was driving it, but I took it back to him after. Oh, shocking thing to drive. Best looking thing though, that's why I put up with it. I reckon they're dreadful to drive. But, you know, it'll look good parked in the shed when I'm drinking beer around it. I was in the Philippines. Nothing tastes better than Red Horse beer. Ah, well, there's a bloke watching that drinks Red Horse beer, Steve, don't you, when you're over there? If you're still watching. This bloke's in the Philippines still telling him about the deal you get. I don't know that I'm going to do this clutch this afternoon. But there is, Matty, a nice little line I could follow there. I don't think it'd hurt it. It's definitely the problem though. It's definitely the problem. I really appreciate you all spending your Sunday with me. I was getting a bit lonely over here. Mrs. wasn't talking to me or nothing. Maddie's all over you. You're going to keep watching until I fire that grinder up.
Yeah.
There's end float there. It's got to be that. Could have it going today if I do that, you know. I wasn't doing it before, so it has to be that. It's another. That would have just kept driving anyway. The clutch wouldn't have released.
How do I get in contact with you? Someone wrote. Facebook, Instagram, or email.
Steve's Place Down Under is a Facebook page as well as my full name is my private page.
Matty said, grab the grinder, come on.
I think it's going to have to happen. I reckon that's what it is. There'd be enough spline there. I don't fill the blade right up on her.
Get the grinder or the plasma or something. That was someone else. Alan.
I think he's just riveted.
Stop mucking around and get it going.
I think it's going to have to happen. It'll be out of here then. I just don't want it to wear that transmission shaft because parts for these don't exist. That's all that's sort of stopping me. But
Is that mine?
that must be mine then. Fuck it.
Oh, he's doing it.
Huh?
Are you doing it?
I don't know if I'll take it back to that line or not though. Might be too much.
Anne said maybe it needs the UD2 stroke instead of the Toyota.
No, that's not going to
Do it.
all the neighbours that end up deaf and everything, mate, not just me. Still going to be a fair bit of spline. cut it, you all got to help me out. You got to share the page, you got to give me heaps of likes, you got to subscribe, you got to comment, you got to keep everything happening so I can grow this channel. We can get this channel to a time where I can maybe have a bit of time away from work. If it gives me a bit of ease there, there's plenty coming up we can do, but I'm sort of only providing stuff that I can do on Saturdays at the moment. The battery's still going. There's got to be a problem with it.
With the battery or the actual charging pack?
It wasn't that dead in the bed.
Steal the D10 motor and bolt into the crater.
Better just flatten it.
Too heavy.
I think it weighs nearly a bit over 3 tonne. 250 grand that costs, with plus 30 grand for a core charge. But watch tonight, we'll put it up. It's going to be me driving to work after I just chewed on the toothbrush and slurring my words because I'm still asleep. And there's me walking around the D10, then up there with the missus. She took it off me to walk around the animals because I don't know anything about them.
Well, they might not want to see that.
No, well, they do. And they can fast forward. Then to this. I'm not going to do it in on the device because there's too much metal going to go everywhere.
Maddie said might know a bloke to repair the shaft if it wears out quickly.
Yeah, well, that's all it's going to take. It's only going to wear a bit of the spline, not the whole lot. So you'd be able to copy it. Even with a welder and a bloody grinder, you'd be able to copy it. There's batteries charging and stuff everywhere. I don't want to.
Maddie said I'll give you a shout out. You always give us shout outs. Oh.
I've changed my mind, Maddie. I want to put it back on. Okay, certainly not the finish you'll get on your program, mate, but it's going to do. No, Mick's not watching. He just paid money to get this done. Okay. Now we're going to take the motor back here.
That's the third time today.
It's about the 6th, 7th time this weekend. Like the days where I used to drive old 1-tonners and shit, pulling them out all weekend. Just to get to work on Monday. If it's not hit, well, at least I haven't heard it. None of them shards line up to be hitting it, so it's got to be that.
About bloody time you cut it off.
Who said that?
Maddie.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to find another one if it doesn't work. How many watts?
55. Maybe you should read that.
Huh? Oh, what?
That last comment. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's still the pressure plate out of it, Steve. So I think it was Steve that asked me that. It was the same hub and the same pressure plate. It was riveted onto a new clutch, but I think Mick said they done it on the other side to try and clear away from the flywheel, but it sort of acted in our against us more than anything. I think that's what you mean.
I don't know where you put it. Oh, he just gave you $20. Oh, so did he. 2 people.
Geez, you blokes have given me these super thanks. I need to send some back. Thanks very much. I can't thank you enough. I'm certainly not doing it for that. But it is much appreciated. To show that you care. It's very nice of you all.
Anne said, I reckon you do a show with SBS called Aussie Mechanics with the Tom Bucks. It would be a hoot.
I think I'd get more views now on my channel than SBS. Just got to put the throw out there and back in.
Maddie said he's got to run flooding here today.
Oh, is it? What's it raining? Thanks for watching, mate.
Bye, Maddie.
He got me to cut it off now. He's not going to see the result.
Was it raining down south too? As bad as Queensland?
I think it has been. We get more Queensland news than Victoria though here. Only.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's still New South Wales. I thought you meant further down. I think he's Eden, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Victoria, isn't it?
No.
Oh, is it on the border? Josh said it would have to be MA 15 plus rated.
I don't get a great deal of views, but I probably get more than SBS. I'm not sure. Does anyone watch that? Or?
Ant said, your content is really good. If my $20 contributes helps, then that's awesome. Wish I could give more.
Oh, it certainly does, mate. It's... Oh. That'll do anyway. Oh. Okay.
She looks dead. Sizzle. You alive?
Huh?
The way she's laying, not moving. Nah.
You gotta work,
Well, should I text?
it's up to you.
I can't while I'm on live because I'm using my phone.
What do you say?
I have to wait till we get off because I'm using my phone. Good day from the depth of winter here in Canada. Currently 9 p.m. and minus 19 degrees Celsius.
Minus 19, wow.
Oh my lord. And minus 28 wind chill.
Hey, we're actually sweating here, as you're right, that it's very humid here. It's probably only about 26, 28, but it's very humid today. Certainly not that cool. Well, who's that?
Wrench review? I've never seen.
Oh, right, yeah, I haven't seen his name before. Unless he's written, I may have. But there's a few channels who got wrench in them that comment. Get a lot of viewers from Canada here, which is nice.
My theory is because it's a Commonwealth, all the Commonwealth see the same thing.
We'll stick together, don't we, mate?
Anne said the TransStar would be so cool restored. Those twin sticks and the raw two-stroke sound, sex on wheels.
Yes, that's what I think about it too. And those are factory, that's how they came out.
Brad said, I'll take minus 19 over this humidity. Yeah, it's pretty humid today.
Yeah,
it's
I like
pretty
the
gross.
Hot weather, Brad, but not the humidity, mate. I sweat all day in that workshop. It's built facing the wrong way, plus we're surrounded by other buildings. Then there's an old garbage tip behind us, so the batter goes straight up. So the backyard where we face is just like a bowl. And there's no air at all. Unless there's a storm or something, we don't get anything, mate. It's just terrible.
Finny said, at least you're keeping hydrated.
Oh, yes.
Keeping your fluids. We are.
I didn't have much of a go at it last night. I had the shits after paying that lady with the fence, and when this didn't start, I thought, nah, bugger it, I'm going to sit in the house. So I feel a bit different than I usually do Sundays today.
Brad said, keeping the Commonwealth strong, and then, yeah, no politics here.
There's a few things I could have said, but I'm not going to
Nah.
involve politics, no.
We had a polar vortex last week with temperatures down to minus 47, wind chill.
that's unbelievable. We don't see anything like that here.
He's probably still not on for you, Dad.
Huh?
Gang.
Jimmy, did you get?
Uh,
There's gagging if you're still watching, Jimmy.
gang, we're on live.
Yeah.
There's people all around the world watching you. You got no.
Hold on.
He's going over there, all right, good.
Come closer, they can't see you.
Jimmy asked where you were.
I'm here, mate. How you going, all right?
Maybe there now.
No, I don't know.
Good. Which is Jimmy?
Miller.
Oh.
No, he's there. He said g'day.
Who?
Jimmy said g'day.
Oh, he's there.
What are you doing, sitting down?
The legend that is Gang, Ant wrote.
It's fine, it's too fine. Just cut it off. I put it in without it. It was fine. Bulb it up without the clutch in it.
It's fine.
Cut it off. Shorten. Yeah.
I've been working up on here or now, I'm going inside.
What for?
Nothing.
Are the boys still okay?
Oh, they were on the veranda, they're inside now when their iPads.
Why are you going to sit down? Huh?
What are you going to do?
Stop giving your dad shit.
Going there for tea?
No. G's going to work.
Maybe.
Cool, you're going to be cool enough for them now, isn't it? Good enough.
Couple of days.
Couple of days.
Wait till the chlorine.
Supposed to get 40 mils, huh? Regular work now.
Oh, well,
You easy to spin, eh?
it's not much to try. Just had to inflate and everything. I bowled it right up without the crank, like flush. It went in by itself flush. It wasn't a problem before we got the clutch done. It used to work good.
It was slow turning, but
Oh, it always was. It could be that old starter too. Who knows?
Ann Eats said, just look at these two awesome Aussie
who said that?
Aussie specimens.
That's Anthony. Remember the bloke I said that gives me $20 every episode? He's East. That's him. Where are you from, mate? I don't remember. Have you ever said that?
Had a bit of dirty with that last one.
Oh, there's not much good stuff left down there.
Ah, be all right.
Jeffrey said, say hi to Dad. Tell him
Here, say it yourself, Jeffrey. Here he is. I
I'd like to
certainly
be there
There you
to
go,
help
Jeff.
him with his Ford and maybe
We
tip
made a
if you're
start
again.
on the Ford, mate. We got a floor coming over from the States for it.
will. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, but if not, we might give you, get you to get us. See if you can try and get us one. but they are over there. Got the cab all pulled to bits, so we're on its way. We had a pretty big year last year. We didn't get anything done. So. Hope you're going well, mate. I watch your channel now and then. Nearly beer time here. You be
I
going.
don't go on like that. Once you drink all the time, you won't don't drink for 5. Go on like your big time.
Well, it's 3.
Even I've had a couple. Vinny said, put Steve's dad on. Does he like a yarn?
Who's that?
Vinny.
You bloke, what? He's friendly. He's been on there having a yap to us. It's close.
Jeffrey said, nice to see it in the shop. When isn't it beer time?
You've got a problem like Stephen has. Jeffrey. I noticed that when you were over here.
I believe he's coming for another visit, and I think May, you said, Jeffrey. We may not be around in May, mate, but if you're coming, if you could put it off a little bit, that's fine. But if you do plan on May, let us know beforehand, because we might change our plans to suit, because we'd like to see you for a couple of days. Even travel up, meet you at Pete's or something.
Vinny said he's watching from Point Cook, Victoria, not far from Geelong.
Okay, very good. What's the weather like down there, mate? Are you still getting the rain, or you? I thought they were bad down there for a while. We must have.
No, didn't they have fires and Queensland had
Was it?
floods?
Possibly fires.
What's wrong with this? Look.
Sizzle, you're going to get trodden on.
She's always under where you want to stand.
Know that?
I think it's in.
The back's good.
Lift it up a bit.
Go back up a bit. Hold.
Put it down a bit at the front now.
It's not hanging level.
I think you got it in.
Oh, I can't really.
Vinny said it's 24 and 54% humidity.
Yeah,
Push
about
that.
the same here.
Push that. Way too much humidity here. We're not up in Queensland.
It's like when you watch Pete, mate, up there, his shirt's wet. That's how it is here, but you just can't see how glossy it is. Did that move then?
There it is. It was too high at the front.
Is it right home?
Yeah. Sound like it hit the plate.
Just go up a bit. Yeah, just another tad more. Yeah. Is there any gap that side?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just go up a bit, still a gap at the top, not at the bottom. Yeah. Just hold it out a little bit so that. See how it's rocking on like that? Put a couple in her and
Can't be the spigot shaft now, can it?
No.
How many times is this you had there?
6 or something. That's just getting measurements, though. Just she's still rocking.
It wasn't before, was it?
I think the clutch went in. Getting that in there, can't be. Feels like I might be hitting the dish too. Under the sump.
You might be able to lift the front a bit, eh?
Just pull it home, let it sort itself out, see where it ends up. The other way I could do it, take the hydraulic tank off and hook down that inspection hole at the top there. Looks like it's loading up again. Just lifting the engine.
Want me to lift the front a bit?
Should be doing that myself. I'm tread on the dog all the time. Go, mate.
Oh, sizzle.
Still loose there. Just try to lift it, see how it rocks.
Oh, that's better.
You okay, sizzle?
Without any force.
You alright, mate?
Sizzy, you right?
She's alright.
Take it out of under the seat.
Sorry. Steve, I've got to leave that because I've got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You alright, mate? Now they can all see your ass.
Well, they're going to have to. That's how I sort of needed to stand. I think there's still a bit of end play, which is extremely important. Yep, that. She's lucky I saw that. She didn't set that up real well. I feel like I'm pulling it home again with this side. There's still a slight gap. I'm either forcing it home or it's lifting one end of the engine to line it up. It's not quite hanging right on that sling. She's as you can see in there. Oh, it's right up. I can still turn it. This morning there's no way I could do that with my hand. sort of feel it's always been like it and been wearing the thrust bearing outside the crankcase, but I hope that's not what's been happening. But it's certainly better. Feel I need to put them all in and see how the clutch does work. I'll try and she's gone to the house. I think the bee's taken over. She'll be back. Thank you all for joining me on your Sunday. I wasn't going to do this, but when she was filming and I didn't want to film taking the engine out again, she said, why don't we go live? And it was well worth it. So it's good to have a yap with you all. I didn't answer all your questions because I haven't been looking. I've been doing that, but it's been great. We might get it going while you're all here, if the phone will last long enough. Don't usually do this on a Sunday, but because I couldn't get it going, and every second weekend we've been having to do the lawns, and got a bloke moving in downstairs next week, so I've got to get the room ready for him, and that's next weekend's gone already, really. So I didn't want to have this still sitting in here. Plus I like to, don't let things beat me. I like to keep going while they're on your mind, and it's a long wait through the week to sort of get home, and it's time to go inside, really. Some afternoons I might have a tink with that old truck, but I don't come over here. Huh?
Is that the first time you've done it?
No. None of when we started the Benz, the last time, I think.
I get 400 a day.
No, just live. People just contribute a bit here and there when we go, which is nice, very nice of them.
Yeah, about 20.
You can go inside if you want that. I don't do that. You want to buy that one? Here, put it back together.
Hey there. Can you bring...
Huh?
Hey there. Can you bring me over a charger?
Yeah.
Okay, a good one.
Okay.
Bye.
I said we would have been asked by now for replied to us, I reckon.
Just residents now.
has been a farm in my possession. Yeah, true that it was. If you watching?
Yeah.
Sorry when it turned off there, the phone went flat. It's been going an hour and a half or something.
Longer, like 2 hours.
Is it?
Almost. Chloe's bringing another charger. At your mum's, Joe's walking down now. Oh, did he fall asleep? Go over, Chloe, and get some. Chloe, come here. Chloe. I can't. Jay. Go with Chloe to there and get the medicine and bring it back to me. Tell her that. Red. It's in the drawer. No, Chloe, this is the wrong cord. For Dad's. I said yours is dead.
Don't worry, Chloe. Alright.
I'm going to have to just pause it for a second to send a message. Give me 1 second and we'll be back. Brad said the phone's done well to still be going.
Yeah, it has. It's been a while. Plus, she wasn't off it the whole time since she got out of bed, Brad.
Oh my God.
I've been staring at the thing the whole morning.
I went into Penrith with you and had breakfast with you. I wasn't on it then.
Standing in the car and
Oh. Anne said your dog is so cool. Maddie said I'm back, how'd you go?
Still here, mate. The phone went flat. Haven't missed anything. We'll give her a go soon.
That was just before it went flat.
So I didn't get the thing that I pushed it onto.
Yeah, but we can use that. Do you not want to? Do you want to say Dad's subscribers? No?
Hello, Dad's friend.
He said he's not feeling well.
What's wrong?
Oh, can you pick that up for me? Push down really hard on this. No? Yep. Yeah, hold this one, Dad. Don't move. Really still, really still. Why are you crying?
It hurts.
Huh?
It hurts.
I know it does. I made an appointment tomorrow. Okay? Just drink it. Okay, a little bit more. No, a little bit more. Did it help yesterday? Last night when I gave it to you?
Might have been last night.
Okay, just have that for now. Can you put the lid back on it? Some water in those cups, but everyone will see you if you walk past. Stop, stop, turn it up. Put it back in the golf cart. I've had to plug the phone in, so it might affect something. Sorry if it's a bit crap.
Just got to elongate this hole a little bit because it stresses the engine when I tighten it up. Because the bell housings moved to centralise it yesterday, that now the mount's out. I'm just going to make noise for a second. enough to keep up with that. It's not Matty's workshop quality, but I think it's going to do. Going out too, this so used to a lot more air, a lot more gushes through it, makes it work. That one's still really good. I hope to make these just right when I'm just out of flat bar. Because this obviously isn't the engine out of this machine, so to get them that close to start with is pretty good. If I've only got to grind a little bit off, I'm pretty happy. Sort of like rubbing a bit of fencing wire over a glass bottle. It's not cutting real well, but see it is elongated.
Jimmy said, thanks for the laughs and entertainment. Time to go and mow while I have a few cold ones.
Hey, Jimmy,
Yeah.
you going? Thanks, Jimmy. Very nice doing the watch. Enjoy your day, mate.
John said, don't get the shirt dirty, Steve.
A bit late today, John.
I don't know.
A lot of Johns.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, mate. I do have one inside that's not dirty, but anything white I can't help myself. If we go out or something, I spot something in the paddock over, I go to it. And next minute I'm filthy.
Ant said, how do you go with snakes?
I don't like them, if that's what you're asking, but
On the property.
I haven't seen many myself, but on my 40th birthday, which was the 21st of last, 2 months ago now.
December.
It's now February, well. An old mate of mine come over, I haven't seen for a while, and he took his new missus for a ride on the golf cart to show her the place, and they just rode down over the hill there, and there's a big brown going across the road. And they're the second deadliest in the world. Like, terrible. But we don't see a lot.
Your mum and dad have had a couple of blacks up there.
Yeah, but not.
Not much.
Yeah, over the years we've had a few here, but not as many as you think being in the bush.
Touch wood.
Kids seen a little baby one under the house, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago now.
Oh, yeah, I got that one. Vinny said you're only 40, you're only a baby.
Only 40, yes. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm not, you know, you hear someone talk about 25 and you think, oh, it's not much different to me, but then you think, and it's not, but like the time's just gone that quick. And 40's not old, but sort of the last, even having kids, I had kids when I was 30 first, it's just flown since then, it's just crazy. We've done a lot of good things though. I wish I had started this channel a lot earlier, but yeah, we've done a lot of good things in that time. A lot of good trips and met a lot of good people, had a lot of good times. Plenty more to come too, I hope. Just feel sometimes I waste my time doing this shit, but I still enjoy it. Makes it all the worthwhile with people enjoying what we do too. It makes it much better. We have spoken about giving up, but when you see the respect you have got out of people, and it certainly makes it worthwhile. I just don't know.
It didn't drop on the floor.
Oh no, it's a washer I'm looking for. I don't know why we can't get them reach that some other channels get. I can see what we've been going 3 years now, 30,000 subs, and we only average probably 4,000 or 5,000 views. It's not big. Hopefully one day it'll pop and a lot more people see us. There's a lot of content I hold back to, like starting different things that people want to see, because it's not going to get the attention. But maybe one of those things will put us out there too, I don't know. Well, you get one while I get a beer.
Yeah, I'll have one. Thanks.
You don't work, eh?
Nah. Told her to swap it with someone.
Well, they say that.
Yeah.
They want it like that.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go?
Dan's gonna be here.
Why would you get them?
Just popped up and said he'll be here in an hour. Vinny said, isn't Mrs. Steve going to work? I just swapped my shift with another.
Because she wants
No, I just swapped my shift with another girl for during the week.
She's getting all excited talking to you, like. Doesn't matter, I'll go to work tomorrow and make it all up. Why not? Huh? Well, another, I don't know, 15 or something, I might be able to give her a go if you hang around. If not, watch the video. We'll have to get the camera out and finish the episode off.
Can you put this phone in the gimbal so then I can film with the camera? Brad said, haha, easy Sunday now then. Yes.
Yeah, I have to take it easy. I'll get out of bed at bloody 10 to 4. Still early though. As long as I've stopped by 6, I'm pretty good. I don't really usually drink Sundays, but we're doing something with the kids. But now it's a right atmosphere over here not to. Just had to happen.
What does Mrs. Steve do for work? I work night shift at a place called Kmart. And then I also work at the zoo that Steve was talking about before.
If you watch an episode tonight, hopefully we get enough time to edit it. You'll see it all what she does and what I do over there. And what I actually do full time. I videoed that too.
Yeah. Jeffrey said, when viewers ask about snakes, you should direct them to the video 2 years ago when you were explaining about them shedding their skin and the colours of their heads and
Oh yeah.
yeah. That was a while ago.
That was cleaning up down the back. The couple of weeks before you got here, Jeffrey. I just slashed them that all down there so we could play down there, mate. That was actually cleaning up your arrival with that. I've seen that one. That was a golden crown snake, and I've never ever seen one. I didn't know they existed until then. Dad was on the tractor, and I just pulling a privet out down there, a tree, a weed, basically. And I laid down and wrapped the chain around the base of the tree. I put my arms right around the tree and stood up, and it was all good. And then he pulled it out, and then I went and unhooked the chain. There was a bloody snake laying right where I was laying. I put my arms around it, my face around it. Lucky it didn't get me. I don't know how it did.
It was only a baby, hey?
Yeah, it was a baby, but I believe they're probably not super dangerous, but they can still cause harm, I believe. There was a subscriber that told me what it was.
Anne said, I'll be here as long as you guys are. This is great TV. At least we have a competent Canberra person now. Kmart's my go-to, hands down.
Kmart's good. But the one she works at is 24 hours, and what you need at midnight in Kmart's, I still can't work out. But anyway, they need staff, and that's what she does.
Everyone goes to bed and then I go.
Yeah, I go to bed lonely every night.
Oh. Very drama queen. If you see any snakes, just fire up the UD.
It's probably where they all are, underneath it down there. That hurts my ears, that thing. Fucking hell. I will do one of it putting Pat Morris's cooler on it one day, but it's just not priority. It's only for entertainment. It's not for doing anything I'm doing here.
John said, my son got bitten by a red belly. Put him in hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kill you, John, absolutely. But
Did he get... What do they don't... Do they...
different. I don't think
It's a different... Yeah. Different type of poison, is that right? Brad said, my wife stocks Woolies shelves at night. I go to bed and she goes to work. She comes home from work and then I head off.
Yep.
Same.
You know what it's like to go to bed lonely, Brad. Everything's filled up.
Idiot. How far from Sydney are you?
That way, we travel in that direction due east. It's about, with all the bypasses and everything, we can be in Darling Harbour, which is right next to the CBD. We're probably in the CBD, really.
Harbour Bridge, yeah.
We can cross the Harbour Bridge in 45 minutes. Some Sundays we'll wake up and just go down there, so if you drive up the top of the hill that's behind us, you can actually see the city. On a clear day, you can see it. Some mornings we'll go down there just for a drive and walk around Darling Harbour and come home. The fish markets, we go down there, which is right under the Anzac Bridge, which is, I don't know, 2 minutes from Darling Harbour by road, really. It's a great spot to be, but the new Western Sydney Airport is, if you saw the video on just driving the old 8-wheeler a couple of weeks ago, it's only 13 minutes or something you're there. Overnight we can see the crane. There's a red line on top of the crane gear over the top of those trees there, putting the terminal up, or the freight building now. I think they've moved a little bit. The red light warning the little aeroplanes flying around the area, so we can see them out of our lounge room window. So that's how close the new airport is. So I don't know if our time here at this place is limited or what, but we'll see. Sydney's a beautiful city to walk around. Still spinning, fellas. Still spinning, there's better results than yesterday. Everything's tight now, so it can't change.
Did you get the rev surge solved on the Kenworth?
No. That, I assume you're talking about the 400 in the 8-wheeler. That truck, you've probably seen the episode. I bought it off a bloke for $2,500. It's probably a 30 grand truck. And I actually gave him $5 grand, and it was delivered along with a PC 220 Komatsu excavator, which is a 22-ton Komatsu excavator. I come home from my Christmas party, the 8-wheeler sitting in front of the workshop here, and the excavator was dropped off down the back. It's a bit of a shit box. But the Kenworth, the bin company, it used to have a hook lift on it, and the bloke that owned the bin company, his son was doing an apprenticeship with us, and he come into work one day and said, "Steve, you only want to buy a twin stick Kenworth?" I said, "Yeah, I do actually." I said, "What?" And he said, "Oh, $2,500. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So anyway, it was originally a 903 V8 Cummins, and then factory fitted 903, and then they pulled it out. Cummins actually at Wetherill Park pulled it out, put the 400 in it, and then something happened and it locked up after 9,000 Ks. It locked up, and then they rebuilt it, and it done 9,000 Ks, and something happened again. So I bought it, and then my cousin and I put a Interstate McBee kit through it, which was only about $2,500 at the time, which is pretty good for an in chassis. That was pistons and liners, and anyway, we got it going, and it sat here for another few years. We didn't register it, and once it sat there, we were going to dig it out and put the freight on the pump, but the shaft in the pump was locked up. The PT system on those was actually 100 plates of dust, and that throttle shaft was seized. So I just don't know whether freeing that up is still a bit stuck internally and holding those revs, or it's a return fuel pressure problem. It'll only happen after it's sitting. If you drive it for a while, let it idle for a bit, it'll do it. But then when you're going, it's fine. It won't do it all day unless you let it sit for a bit. So someone said check your fuel return, which I still will do. I was a bit worried about it because to get one of them done up's a bit of money. I certainly don't have, but anyway, it's come good so far. I'll look into it further when we do a bit on it for the last one.
Steve needs a mic. We weren't planning on doing this, so we don't really have stuff with us. Hence why the phone went flat. What dash is the digger?
Dash 3. It's an old one. It's got a Mitsubishi in it. It's got a final drive problem. I'll pull it apart and I've got the parts, but I just haven't been down there. It's the sort of thing you've got to do when you've got a few days off. That it's not a priority.
Wow, real old girl. Vinny said, even if you don't get the engine done this Arvo, it's been awesome getting to know you and Mrs. Steve.
Who said that?
Vinny, and then Ant said, agree with that, Vinny.
I'll get it going. 10 minutes. I'm just going to put the radiator in. That's if it starts. But it's certainly more promising than it was.
Maddie said he's back again.
Hey, Matty. You got to be back, mate. You convinced me to cut that thing, so you got to watch it. I hope they can hear me.
Go speak louder.
He's my other son, but he's not into trucks. Are you, mate?
You feeling a bit better? Yeah? Hey, come here. Uncle Dan's going to be here in a minute. Okay?
Is he?
Yeah, he's going to stay the night.
Zach told me he's coming today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're excited.
Do you want to say hello to Dad?
Come over and stand next to Dad and say hello to his viewers. Come on.
He's shy. He's shy. Maddie said it's absolutely flogging rain here. 40 mils in the last half hour. Jeez. I think that's meant to be us tomorrow.
We had a bit overnight, Matty, but no, it was only a storm. Is it threatening you down there or not? Is it a problem? Can you flood there?
Did you hear Steve? He does it flood there?
Yeah, don't get that grease on your face.
Not at our place, he said. Your dad said we're meant to get 40 mil tomorrow.
It's a lot. It's the time of year where it floods here too, February, March. Okay, put the radiator in. I might just see if it does spin over before I go to that top.
Fingers crossed.
It's not very quick, but it's... She's locked up again. No.
What was that?
It was fine before. Starter staying in something.
You had trouble putting it in yesterday. It might be that.
Just because it's heavy. No, that's ridiculous. You got to be joking. It wasn't until I hit the starter. It's like it was locked in or something.
Vinny said, does a young fella like all the trucks and equipment?
No, this one doesn't.
Jay's not that into it. You like it a little bit, eh? You like building and things, don't you? Zach, our youngest, he's very into it.
Yeah, my other son, this bloke's into more, I guess, more nerdy stuff. Starter stuff. What's that noise? The starter.
Pull some plugs to release compression.
It's not compression because I was winding it over fine before.
I said I thought it was a starter.
Yeah, it just popped out here.
Yeah.
It's a starter. Maybe that's all it was. So I think once it fires, it'll throw it out anyway. So let's keep going. Maybe that's all it was to start with, matey. I might have had to cut the bastard. That starter cone I cut off one side of the bell housing. I cut it out with just a 5-inch wheel, and I moved it over to this side, cut a hole and welded it back on, and it's crooked. Like again, it would have been happening when. Oh.
It's mine again. Gosh.
Okay, I'm going to put the radiator in. Actually, I have to trim this because you can see, because everything changed, it's now hitting the outlet of the radiator. So I'm just going to get the tin snips. That doesn't have to be balanced. Snip that off.
Maddie said he'll take the blame. Yep. Okay.
I think it had to happen anyway, Matty, because as I said, the clutch, the throw-out bearing only had 10 mil of travel, so it's got more than enough now. Genuine eBay fan on it. If my wife's lucky, she might get a ride on it. We might do this more often. It's good to have some engagement with you all rather than just comments. If I'm not busy another Sunday, maybe next weekend we'll do it again. Obvious or not, after your super chats, it's just good to talk to you all. It's great. They're certainly welcome, but we're certainly not here to rip anyone off. Where's the dog?
I think she went with Chloe to the house. Every time I get on something, it breaks down. You do realise that? So it wasn't just Maddie. I think a few of us bullied you into it.
No, it was good because it's either that or take it back to the shop and get that hub put on the other side because, as I said, now it's got full clutch travel. You could feel it stopping on that before the pedal bottomed out. So, and there's still plenty of spline. It's not going to, certainly not going to hurt. I don't regret it, put it that way. Can't believe you've been watching the whole time I put a whole engine in.
Brad said, some people just break everything they touch, Mrs. Steve. It's like they were hit by lightning at some point and have built up static electricity. Took the pressure off me, mate. That was from Maddie. More beers, said Dwayne.
No, it's still in there. Must have been the last thing I pulled. So when I got an R model Mac down the back, and one Sunday we were driving around just for, as you do, just to crank something up. It was before the channel actually, and it shed itself right out the front because she come with me. And then I had a 3070 Acco, and it done a bloody. She had electrolysis in one of the liners, so I put another liner and piston in it. I was driving it over to get a pink slip on it for Club Rego, and it locked up on
Like the busiest road in Penrith.
Road ever, and there was it locked up coming down to a set of lights, and it still had air up, and the lights changed, and I kept it rolling down, and then rolled it into a side street. And my mate turned up with a mate of mine with the other arm model in the drop deck, and we started it up. It started straight back up, and we drove it on. So that was 2 times she come with me, and 2 times.
I did go with you the other weekend. It was
All
alright.
right. It doesn't break down, so don't jump to these sort of conclusions, mate. I sold the Acco because it kept getting water in the sump, and I just kept putting liners in, and I had a gut full of it. I sort of regret it, but it was work I didn't need.
Maddie said, I think we need to do a collaboration somehow, mate.
We do, absolutely, mate. You're welcome any weekend. Flick me, friggin' give me a ring or something, and
You might have to go down to him.
more than welcome. If you've got something down there we can play with, we can come down and see you. We've got a fairly busy lifestyle with kids and everything, but not being here though, just trying to take them all with us and that sort of thing. But yes, I'd absolutely love to meet up with you, mate. You can think of something if you wanted to come up here, maybe even when Dave's here, come up and I know you said you've been doing a little bit in the trucks, but if you're not working or whatever you're doing, there's certainly plenty here to drink and play with.
Anne said the 3070s were cool.
Yeah, it was a cool truck. The chassis was cracked. And it was a local water cart around here delivering drinking water, town water, and had a big tank on it where the tank sat behind the cab. It cracked through there and just kept welding. And I put a flat tray on it, used it for a while, but it kept locking up, so I just wanted the headache gone, to be honest. And it used to track because it had been lengthened and it had cracked down the road a little bit. And to fix that, you've got to re-drill the Hendrickson unless you get an offset pin, which I don't know that they do for those. So I'll put some water in it, see what she does.
Vinny said, I hope we're not slowing you down.
No, it's good.
Keep an ear out for Dan. Maddie said, you got more toys than me.
Oh yeah, mate. Get in the car, head up. What sort of...
Any viewers got ideas of what we could do? You and Maddie would be dangerous, as you and Dave and old Iron.
Oh yeah, Dave and I. See, Dave and I, we love 60s and 70s rock and roll. Like, absolutely love it. That's our choice of music when we have a few. And him and I, like this, we should make an uncut version. Like,
I don't think people. It'll be rated R.
Yeah. We get a little bit
Wild.
Yeah, absolutely, we get wild. We sing rock and roll to each other. Like, we just get right out of hand. Not to each other, with each other. Like, it's absolutely magnificent. It's just a really good time to be alive, like he says. I absolutely can't wait. The next morning's never good, but if you get up and have a bottle of mouthwash, you end up getting going again.
You just don't even go to sleep. You just party all night. Steve said, I gotta say, I love your normal videos and try to watch them all hitting the like buttons, but this live stream has been outstanding. Watching you think through problems and solving them as you go.
That's Steve.
Yep.
Murphy.
Yep.
Thank you, Steve.
Brad said some dark clouds in the background. Is rain expected there?
Yeah, as we said, Brad, I think 40 mil tomorrow, Dad was saying earlier, which is a lot, because we had a big storm last night, and it's only just drying out now, but out that way where you're looking, there absolutely is black clouds, and that's where we get it from.
Ant said, Maddie, just chatting and a few beers would be great viewing.
Yeah, we could even just talk, Maddie, and drink, but there's plenty here to play with, like plenty of stuff I've never had going, or you could take something for a drive and I'll film you. Like, there's plenty we can do, mate.
Perhaps some home beer brewing, always fun and tasty.
Does Maddie sing 70s and 60s and 70s rock and roll too, or not? He'd fit right in if he does, if he knows a few. You've got to know the Dave Clark 5 and the Kinks and all that sort of thing. Johnny Rivers, Dave likes. That's what he calls me, Rivers. Rivers Dave, he calls me. This is a typical weekend for us, so you're more than welcome. But we've got things coming up on weekends, but nothing major.
No.
Every weekend.
But even the stuff coming up's not a big deal. You and Maddie chewing the...
Yeah, but is it going to keep doing it?
I don't know.
I waited for you. You didn't miss nothing if you're all still there. They're all still there?
Yeah.
Alright, let's give her a go.
Hold on. Do you want me to set that up? Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. It's on. Jay. Dan. Steve. The wheel. Go and see Dan, he pulled up. Go and see him. That's what I said.
Oh, this is already popped up.
Okay, that's it. Bolt the bonnet back on and put her away. Feels like it used to, but I've got a bit more confidence in it now because it is all lined up properly. I haven't been reading any comments.
Oh, Brad just sent 50 bucks.
Oh, Brad. Thank you, mate. Thanks very much. You didn't have to do that.
He said 50 if it works or 25 if it doesn't. It's purring like a cat. Awesome job. There's heaps of woohooing. Ready to put back to work.
Yep. Finish the driveway off. This is why we had it out actually, because of all the storms we were talking about before. Because we're on a bit of a hill here, it washes all the roads out. And I was giving them a tidy up and then that's when she let go.
I saved your beer that was on the edge too that you didn't. Oh.
You didn't save me die grinder, I nearly ran over.
Maddie, I'm pretty happy that all worked.
Yeah, so am I, mate. Absolutely, I am too.
Steve said, cracking job. Vinny said, when's the next live stream?
We'll see.
We weren't planning on doing it, but we were sitting over here, so I said, why don't we just go? Kind of worked out, eh?
Yeah, it's good. Been good. Really good, actually. Talking to everyone. I'll have to film the rest of the episode now, like I did, like we haven't started it yet.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. They'll have to act surprised when they watch the video. and said that's made my Sunday job done.
Certainly is.
Dwayne said sometimes the best plans are the ones that weren't made.
Yeah, that's right, mate, exactly. We certainly didn't plan on this. I just wake up at the sheds, want to get it finished and just get it out of here. So it's not into next weekend, but that's changed now.
Todd, fantastic. What better way to spend a Sunday, Arvo? Oh, who's Steve?
Is there anything else you want to see while we're going?
Oh, Daryl sent $20 too.
Oh, did you? Who? Daryl. Oh, thank you, Daryl. Daryl Harrison, thanks very much, mate. I'm glad I could keep you entertained for a couple of hours on a Sunday. You see how quick you can put an engine in that? None of that was edited. That was live. That was super
Brad
fast.
said, going to be a $500 Arvo. Steve said, can't believe I spent just 2 hours watching this. Much better than TV.
Yeah, you might be able to find there's a lot of shit on TV, but we don't even watch normal TV. If I ever sit down, it's to watch. I don't even watch big channels now like Diesel Creek or anything. I'd rather, if I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I watch Maddie and Brad and Old American Eye and Jeffrey and Dave. If I get time, Diesel Down Under. Bruce,
Pete.
Bruce, if I get, but definitely Pete. I look forward
Pete,
to
mate.
every Sunday night when he posts Pete, mate. I speak to him on the phone once every couple of months on a Sunday Arvo. I'll give him a ring, or he rings me. So we unless it's the news or something, we don't watch much TV either. And I'll always, if you haven't seen me comment, it's because I haven't seen your episodes yet. So it's I'll have to sit down and go back through them all. And
Whose?
Brad's and
Brad's.
And just the last week.
Last week and 2
last
weeks.
Week I've been out either doing the truck or taking the kids to the swimming club or something.
Vinny said, what's the story with the golf cart?
Which one?
That one, the Tiger one.
That Tiger one come from where we're going to show you tonight, where we work with the animals. There was an X, you can see all the tiger stripes and everything on it. So it was a 36 volt DC motor in it. But a set of batteries for that's about 1,800 to 2,000 because you need a big deep cycle battery. So I bought off eBay, I bought a GX160 or a Chondo, Chinese clone, a torque converter and a gearbox, and piss the electric motor off and put a sprocket on there and I can show you. You got to
Read the I got to leave it plugged in. It's
you
going to
gotta leave
die.
it plugged in. So yeah, it's now petrol. It hasn't got a lot of power, but it'll take all of us down the back. It's pretty slow. I had to gear it right down for the 5 horsepower to have enough power. But I am putting together a 9 horsepower in there that I got from work that had a pump on it that I was going to throw out because it done a con rod. But I ordered a con rod off eBay because the crank's not hurt. So I may repair it with that because it's all checker plate. It's not like the other proper golf cart where it's aluminium and fiberglass. Yeah, it's that's all I'm doing it for too, Brad, is the entertainment. It's just, it does make you wonder why we don't get as, you film really good and I think I do too, but some of them have been ups and downs, but you do that from learning. We film pretty good, but some of mine stop after 12 hours. They just flatline and get no comments or nothing. I don't know how. Even Bruce in Oz, he does really well. I don't know how he does it, but whether he's doing something I'm not. Maddie's going really well at the moment too. Anyway, I'm still enjoying it. I wouldn't get to do this if we weren't doing it. Heavy machinery in Australia. I'll have to watch that, Dwayne. I haven't seen it. I don't search for anything though. I just turn it on and what's recommended I watch. I think that's what a lot of people do. But I think I could put the same. If I took my camera to work, I could do the same thing. But I want to base my channel around this old shit because I'm hoping one day it leads to me getting out of there and travelling to some farms and stuff and doing this sort of thing, and startups and repairs. And if I base it around Caterpillar equipment, I'll get subscribers that won't like this sort of stuff. But I'll still show you all tonight. And it's not for subscribers, it's only for people that like us. Pete mate, he's up in Cairns.
That's his username, Pete mate.
That's his username and that's his channel name too. He hasn't got a lot of subscribers and he's sort of struggling with getting his camera working, but he's doing better and better. He's doing up a boat at the moment, but he's just got a normal house block, but it's loaded with boats and tractors, and it's just unbelievable what he does.
He makes his own fuel.
Makes his own fuel. All his mills are set up on his back veranda. He's a single bloke, so you can definitely tell that watching it, but it's pretty entertaining. You just feel like you know him, like watching you or Brad or myself or whatever. He's really good. Pete Mate's his channel name too. It's the community you enjoy. Exactly, me too, mate. That's why we're doing this. It's not about money. It's just, I think that's what's kept us going, the community and people buying T-shirts and the Patreon members. I don't give them as much as I think I should. I take photos at work, I take behind the scenes stuff here, but a lot of them don't want to see that. They just want to help, and I think that's great. There's no big dollar values. It's all little, but it adds up to being not a lot of money, but showing the appreciation, which is nice. So.
And said another UD startup.
Yeah. I thought of even repurposing that video because people said I talk too much at the start, but something like that's fairly rare and there's no information on them, so that I could repurpose it into another startup, or we could do one where we put the cooler on it and run it for longer. Because all those startups have been without cooling in it because it doesn't hold any. I certainly thought about it, but it just, the Saturdays that I do get, you're trying to do stuff that means something, not just for entertainment, but like this had to be done. Yeah, I think Bruce, it might be because he's retired, and I've spoken on the phone to him a couple of times, Vinny, and his son John I spoke with too, just about some tech tips and that. He's when he talks about his camera, I think it's him, talks about his tech knowledge, it's helping him post too, because he knows how to edit, he knows how to film, he knows, so. But Bruce is retired and he's putting them out more and more than I can, and I think it's very similar content, but he's just getting the views, and you read his comments about, oh well, you've got a Detroit or something, but I can see 6 from where I'm standing, but it doesn't really get the reach that his one does. So I don't know. It's just how it works. No one knows how the algorithm works at all.
That's why it's so hard.
That's why it's hard. Yeah, we've tried editing, we've tried different stuff, and I think we're doing better earlier on than we are now. But anyway, I think that community's what's keeping it together. I've met a lot of nice people out of it I would never have known. Yeah, Mrs. C's had enough today, but she can stand there. She can keep going. Todd, glad you liked it, mate. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of comments here. All those beautiful bloody super thanks. I can't believe that. I just did it to show you all what I was doing while we were sitting here. I don't feel bad about buying the battery now. And I didn't have to. The old ones have got to. I need to buy a couple of them moulds because you use them on different stuff and they spark and fizz. Next minute the terminal's blown off it. But yeah, Is there anything else you want to see? If I missed any major, if you've sent a comment I haven't answered that you want answered, please send it back through while we're still going. Because I'm going to have to. I'll go for a bit more, then I'll.
Can you just hold it for a second?
Well, you're going to get the beer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's good, mate. But you know what? While she's gone, she's not always. Yeah, she's still my wife. You know, there's still these arguments and things happen. She's not. It's no, she's good. She's very good. I've known her for a long, long time. Only been married, a bit over 12 months, but our daughter's 10. Huh? Yeah, I know it is. You have to get another flavour. Yeah, so I was going to unplug the phone and show you that golf cart, but I don't think the cord will reach. I'll unplug them. I'm just charging a battery here. I'll see if the cord reaches. I took the shaft out of the electric motor and made a support bearing. And so that's just a Chinese Honda. I think it was might have been $138. It's electric start, and I got out of the ute here at home and I tripped over it. It was delivered to the door and everything. So you can see down in there that shaft and chain. That's the shaft out of the electric motor that was on it, and that's just a support bearing I put on the other end so the chain can pull on it. But it works really well. It's slow. I extended the exhaust with a bit of square tube and just welded the muffler back on the other end of it. It was geared up, but it wouldn't get up any hills. It had a bit more speed, but I mean, it's heavy. I can't even push it. It's really heavy. I tried putting thinner diff oil in it, but when I drained it, it was that thin anyway. It's not that. I think it's just the weight of the thing in general. That's a proper one there, and I've actually got one identical to that but green down the back that's 36 volt as well. And I've actually bought in here, I think if it reaches, I bought another motor for it as well. I don't know whether I'll do a video of it or just something to do with the kids, but I don't even know where it went now. It was another one in a torque converter, all the same as I put in it, in a box here somewhere. Anyway, here it is up here. There it is there. So it's electric start. There's the gearbox, just forward and reverse. That's all that does. And then it comes with you put a torque converter between the engine and the gearbox, and then I had to make my own brackets just to suit the length of the belt. But yeah, I think that'll go a lot. I'll be able to gear that one up better because it's aluminium and fiberglass, not like that checker plate bastard out there. But it's good. Like the kids, their friends come over and they all get on it and drive around, and it's really good. Alan Dawson, g'day Alan. Hope you're well, mate. I don't know if you've been watching the whole time, but it's been a good video actually. If you want to see anything else, I'll go for another 10 minutes, and anything else you do want to see, let us know, or any more questions. What Detroit?
That's Emily, the Detroit starting up.
Bruce is great. You're definitely on par. The fact that you are still working and doing the videos is a credit to you. Yes, mate, it is. That's what a lot of people say. I'm not knocking Bruce at all. I think he's magnificent. Actually, I do talk to him on the phone a bit. Like, I have a few times, or email or phone. But yeah, that's sort of why I done the life in Steve's place down, day in the life at Steve's place down under yesterday, because people ask all these questions. What do you do for work, and how do you do it in 70 hours? And I just, and even doubting that truck carted elephants. And I thought, well, like yesterday, I thought this Saturday coming up, which was yesterday, I thought I'll do a video because I don't lie. Like What you see is what it is, and I just thought I'd prove a bit of this stuff. So my job yesterday, I think you'd be fairly impressed with this D10. It doesn't even look like a dozer anymore. I've sent a few, like Brad's seen it, and I've sent a few to like Patreon members and stuff. But yeah, I think you'd be fairly impressed. But that's if we can get it edited. My brother-in-law's coming over tonight, and him and my missus probably catch up and talk, and so I hope we can get a video out, whether it's the grader or that. But I'd like to put that one out, and maybe the grader Monday or Tuesday or something. But it's more for blokes like you that are interested in our lives, not just it's not going to be a viral video or anything like that. Won't have high retention, but
do you want me to use it?
For people that do like us, probably that they'll be interested in it for sure. Do you want to, or just do it? Yeah. We'll just finish the video. There's a Detroit there, Brad. They're all... I'm walking around with the charger on the phone. It's like talking to your girlfriend in 1992, holding the phone cord on the wall. Not that I had one in 1992. Yeah, it does, Matty. It takes a long time, mate. That's why it sort of gets frustrating when people knock you and you shit camera work and that. Like you're trying as hard as you possibly can, and shit comments and bloody blokes knocking you, and then you see a 1,500 view video like that. That was accepted when I had 2,000 subscribers. I was wrapped in it. But when you've been going for 3 years, it's sort of, oh, am I doing something wrong? Am I not keeping up with the algorithm and the thumbnails? I don't know. It's hard, mate, but you seem to be doing very well. But it does take a long time, yes. My wife does it all. I don't know how to do it.
What about all the shit you copped on the
Yeah, Instagram, like I was, that old side valve powered barbecue there, the old V8, I got a lot of hate for that. It's reached over 5 million views. It went mad on Instagram and TikTok, but I turned the comments off because every time I'd turn it on, there was a hateful message about it, and it's only for Aussie humour, nothing else. Like, oh, don't you think it's a bit overpowered, and carbon monoxide with your food, and most expensive barbecue in the world. And I think I ran it for 2 hours on me 40th. It would have used $15 in petrol. It was idling for 2 hours, just slowly turning over, and it was like for fun, like just look what I can do. Like people I use the motor out of my sister's hairdryer and all this bullshit. And I said, well, that would have been fun to stand around with your mates and drink and look at, you moron. Like, so those of you who know my humour know how cool that thing is, and yeah, the hate that I got from blokes. Like, but I just take the phone cord here. But people say you could have just used an electric motor and all that, and all this hateful shit. But I did use an electric motor. Here it is here. Like that'll slide in. I made it on a, Matty would be impressed with this. I've got a little wing nut behind there. And when you run the V8, that comes out. So you can run the V8, you put the belt on there. And like you run it, people turn up, get impressed by it, then you turn it off later when it gets a bit noisy, and then you just put this in. So this does the majority of the cooking. I just put a slot in that shaft there. That's just an eBay motor, but I've done a lot with it now. So yeah, and people said he's not real smart. The electric motor's running it in the V8's just for show, but that's not the case. There's a shaft there going into that gearbox, but I thought it was awesome, and everyone at the party did too. But you just get these. It's going worldwide, right? You can't please everyone. There'll be a lot of woke bastards out there, vegans, all this sort of shit. Not knocking vegans by any means, but they're the sort of people that knock that sort of thing. There are some idiots out there, Brad. Like, I'm sure you cop it too, mate. I used to cop more with less subscribers. It's like but my wife deletes a lot of them too before I see them, because as much as I don't care about them, too much can, like, Instagram, I had to turn it off. Because every time I'd open the phone and check messages from nice people, there'd be all this hate. But in saying that, there's more likes than hates too. It's just the amount of hate was unbelievable for something fun and cool. And, Brad Anderson, yeah, tell them to piss off. No, they don't get to me, mate. But as I said, too much of it, you start second guessing yourself too. And what you see now in me is how you are. I'm not nasty. I'm not anything. And to have blokes put you down like that, it does take its toll. But anyway, it is what it is. It's still a bit of fun. I'm not going to let it stop me using it again. That's for sure. Yeah. So. 30,000 subscribers, yeah. I have, Steve, but as I said, mate, I average between 4,000 and 5,000 views. Like that old truck out there it was a nice thumbnail, the elephant truck. And, I thought more people would have watched it, but I did bugger it up too, so that. But in saying that, they've still got to click on it to view it to get that view count. So I don't know what it was.
It's why it's so hard.
Yeah, drivers, I did see that, mate, and I was very impressed. I think I mentioned it to you. The view count on that was absolutely amazing. I commented on it, Brad, at Tarcutta Bog one, and we found it fascinating, but we were watching it. And yeah, but that was the only road, so blokes had to deliver their load, and this moron, like you said, I didn't see the comment, but I know what you mean. It's the sort of shit I get. Why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? Because people knock me for what I do and use it, but I've got like 6 sets of tools. Like all my good ones are in there. You can't. All my good ones are in there for the earth moving equipment. This is just another basic set I've got here at home to fix shit. I guess you can't please everyone. As long as I'm pleasing the right people, mate, that's all that matters. Yeah, the piss hand, I always, when I give it back to someone, I always say thanks for the view count, Dwayne. They're still clicking and creating activity, mate, that's for sure. But we have updated our text, so maybe that'll help. This is a year, actually. It's not to get subscribers, it's just to help because the old one, you had to, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong at all. But you either put the phone or the camera on there, then you had to have a bag full of cards and charged batteries and all this sort of thing. It just
microphone.
The microphone, everything's all built in. You just put this on your shirt and away you go. I think it was $1,200, but some friends of ours gave us some vouchers for it for me 40th, and then I just put a bit to it and went and got it. Still don't know how to use it properly, but I think it's pretty clear from what the last 2 episodes have been with it. I've got to work out how to mount it on the back window of the truck for hauling the hume now. Yeah, he deleted it straight away, so he knew he was in the wrong, mate. It's a lot like a lot of mine. They comment as soon as the video starts, and then they keep watching. Next minute you go back to answer it, and it's gone. They sort of contradict themselves, and they get rid of it before people give it to them. But I've been what I did with the last one. People were saying why the bloke wrote why bother with the elephant truck, but I pinned it so people could see it. Then I think And East, you gave it to the bloke, and someone else did. Because I pinned it, people could see it. Then they were going back in and giving it to him. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. I used to block them. Now I'm going to pin it to let people give it back. But a bloke gave it to me the other day about the Mercedes-Benz 1924 down the back. And how dare you start that without changing the engine oil and checking there's dust in the inlet manifold and all this bullshit. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars servicing something to start it for 5 minutes for a video. Then it hasn't been running since. And if it was in English, I would have pinned it. But not everyone's going to go in and translate it just to give it back to them. Absolutely unreal.
Matty said that he'll drive and you film.
Yeah, that's the Osmo 3, the latest one, Brad. It was a bit more than the older one, but yeah, it's the latest one, mate. It's very good. It's really good. Just so much easier. So much easier than... Yeah, well, that's what I said, Brad. If you come up, mate, you can Matty, you can come up. We'll take one for a drive, mate. I'll film you.
Who's Harry? I don't think we've seen him.
Harry, no. I have listened to that podcast. A few of blokes in our club have been on it, actually, truck drivers, but yeah, I'm not a big truck driver, mate. I've done a bit, but I'd rather fix things. I do a bit here and there for blokes and at work and for myself, but yeah, it's not what I want to do. But I have listened to it. A couple of older blokes in our club with a bit more experience have been on it. Who's Harry, Matty? Is that the channel Joshua just asked me about?
Hopefully the phone doesn't die again. The bee.
We're going to thank you all before the phone dies again. Thanks all for watching. When it dies, we won't come back. We'll just go on and film the rest of the episode. It's only 5 o'clock.
A bloke who gets on the piss and has a cook-up.
No, I haven't seen him, mate. I'll look him up. Yeah, you need to get a decent one, Dwayne. It just makes it all the best. Like this one here's got the gimbal and everything in it, and it's very compact. It got good battery life and everything. I think we should go. Right, everyone, I think we're going to go. It's been great talking to you, but it's nearly 5 o'clock, so we've got to go and have some tea, edit, get ready for work tomorrow. Try and edit a video for tonight. Hopefully you all watch it. It's only for the community anyway, this one really. Be available to the public. But thank you all generously for those generous super thanks. They just magnificent. I didn't expect that. We're not doing much next Sunday. We might come over here for a couple of hours and have a chat about something. We'll go down the back and talk about something you see, or get some ideas together if you just want to see something. Let me know through the week or anything. I don't know what we're doing next weekend, but
we'll be around next weekend.
Yeah. We'll definitely do it to entertain you. I don't think it helps the channel much, but it's good to communicate with the community.
Talking with everyone.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good. But it's getting to that time of Sunday where we've got to go and get ready for the week. So I do thank you all, and I'm glad you liked it. You've seen the whole engine pull out and put back in and running. And I've started again now, so when you see it started on the episode, you know you've seen it first. So I pretend it hasn't been going yet. Have a good week, everyone, and thank you all for watching.